Happy rainy Monday, everybody. Today, topic of day is wet gloves, wet socks. Your bibs can get wet too. But I found you hang those up to dry and they dry pretty damn quickly. Usually not as big of a deal as my gloves. My gloves were soaked this morning. My socks were soaked last night. They dry pretty quick. Start my Strava in the morning. Thankfully, the watch reminds me. Alrighty. All clear. And the other thing I was going to mention is with rainy equipment. So, like this morning I wake up and the first thing I thought was, it's still raining, I'm going to check my gloves. And my gloves are still wet. So I took them and I threw them in the dryer for 20 minutes. What I should have done last night, like I did with my socks, is I took my socks and I hung them up in the laundry room. I should have done the same thing with my gloves, but I just didn't think of it. Same with my coat. I don't have my coat on this morning. It's 40 something degrees, so it's a little chilly, especially with the water falling on you. But at the same time, it's not freezing out, and it's just extra weight that I know I'm not going to use in the afternoon, because as long as the weather holds out, it's not supposed to be raining on the way home. Honestly, the weather said slight chance of precipitation this morning, but it is 100% raining in my area. I know the weather doesn't mean, so if it says 10% chance of rain, that doesn't mean there's only a 10% chance it's going to rain. It means over the area we're talking, 10% of it will see rain, something like that. So you might not see it, but it is going to rain in your area. At least that was what I was led to understand. So big first option, especially if you want to be eco-friendly, which most of us cyclists are trying to be to the best of our ability. I am usually. Is if you have a place to hang things, like a laundry room, that's your laundry room, hang it up. Another good option, actually, when you're done after you've taken a shower for the night, you can take your stuff and hang it on the shower rack and turn the exhaust fan on, and that'll move air. He didn't slow down, but that's another contender right there for Fast of the Week. I was so tired last night when I got home, I didn't even have a chance to review it. These cold, rainy days take a lot out of me. Biking back and forth. That yesterday was a Sunday. Sundays can be kind of boring, so I go out and I find things to do on Sundays, so I tire myself out more. Well, weekdays, there's nothing to do. I'll just go start cleaning something, because it's better to go clean a machine room clean my van than it is to sit around or go find extra work. Watching this guy. Another contender. We'll have to review the footage. I'm a little biased when I'm on the bike. There was a Buick that passed me last Sunday, and I was all ready to give him the pass of the week, and then I reviewed the footage and I'm like, no, he passed me in his lane, never moved over, and while another car was coming. That's not pass of the week worthy. We're almost there. I honestly hate this hill. I started off in too low of a gear. My knees are not happy. My knees weren't really happy after yesterday anyway. So, step 2, if let's say you don't have a shower, maybe you take your showers at the YMCA. Your apartment doesn't offer showers in apartment. Option number 2, throw them in the dryer for 20 minutes. If you got to pay for a dryer, well, what I do is, you got probably some soggy clothes from the day before anyway, throw them in there, wash them, and dry them, and dry your gloves with them, and your socks, and anything else you wear that gets wet. I have a jacket that it's a winter jacket, and sometimes I'll wear it when it's cold out. I don't usually wear it when it's raining, but yesterday I wore it in the morning because it was cold and not raining, and I sweated the shit out of that thing. Yeah, this morning I went to go put it on because I didn't even think of it this morning, and it was sweaty. I'm like, oh my god. I'm like, that needs to be washed now that it's sat all night with sweat in it. If I had dried it, I might have thought about wearing it again. It is chilly. I will tell you this though, if you get through mornings like this, where it's rainy and miserable, you will enjoy those summer mornings where you get a warm rain, or where it's just hot. Oh, you'll enjoy those mornings so much more because when you do mornings like this. I mean, some people probably would really, really not like a morning like this. Rainy and kind of icky, cold. Like I said, it's 40-something degrees out. And you know, just like, I just want to get to work. And I get that. I understand that entirely. I'm in the same boat. I just want to be to work. But, you know, you get to sort of live in the moment, enjoy the rain, enjoy the cold. You don't like being cold, but it's not a bad idea to get some negative stimuli every once in a while. What I will add is, don't be stupid about it. If it's super duper cold, if it was 40 degrees, 38 degrees, something like that, well, if it was colder than it is right now, wear an extra layer. Don't get exposure being out here. And if you have a ride that's longer than an hour, wear extra clothes, please. Wear long pants, you know, get some thermal waterproof pants, something to keep the heat in. My thing is, I'm sweating right now. So the fact that I'm sweating and warm, you know, it just kind of tells me all I need to know. What do we got? 606. Let's do one of these loops. there were times during the winter, or not during the winter, during the early spring, where I was just starting this new shift I have now, where I was working Saturday to Thursday, and I rode my e-bike into work a couple times. And the thing with the e-bike, it's nice, and you know, you think, oh, I don't know if I can make it to work pedaling, so I'm going to take the e-bike. You basically need to dress like you're going on a motorcycle ride in the winter. It gets so cold. You know, I got halfway to work and my core was just frozen because a lot of my cycling gear breathes because I don't want to sweat my ass off. Which isn't a problem for me. I allude to it all the time, but I cycle a lot for two reasons. It's always been, I mean, younger me dreamed of riding a bike everywhere. The only caveat the younger me had was he thought it was going to be a motorcycle, but it's not a motorcycle yet, maybe one day. The other reason I ride a lot of days is because I need to lose weight. I'm a big boy. Last year I lost a bunch of weight, but this winter I gained a lot of it back, which is destined to happen. My goal with making content really is that during the winter I can do something bike related. Maybe we can do I don't know. See, that's the thing, is I don't want to do anything weird. I'm still thinking about it, like a group spin class. I wouldn't be a good spin instructor, I know that. I know a really good spin instructor, and maybe that's the type of content I'll make during the winter, is content about, you know, ways to try to stay fit. And the biggest thing I can tell you that I fell back into back when I was working on the road is I fell into eating junk food for meals, and that is no good. And it just happened, and then COVID happened, and it was a lot harder to get fresh veg because, you know, the stores just didn't, they would have it and there'd be an issue with it, it'd be bad, or they wouldn't get a shipment one week, and it was kind of crappy. Like during that time, and this is still a treat for me. I'll make a bowl of vegan macaroni and cheese, and then I'll take like 2 or 3 Doritos, and I'll crunch them on top. That shiz is so good. Oh, it's so good. But it's really not good for you. I mean, it's fine as a snack every once in a while, or as a meal, but like last night I finally got back to chopped up some carrots and some potatoes, put them in water, boiled them, and then added curry sauce, and then made rice and poured all that over rice. And that was my dinner, and I was actually surprised because I was filled by it. I did afterwards eat some strawberries, I will admit to that, but just I found that eating plants, it really does help you lose weight. In moderation, of course. I still got to get my appetite under control. You start biking, once you start biking again, I don't know if it's the same for everyone, but like doing long rides, doing short rides, doing rides everywhere, I am always hungry. And it really, really sucks. But it's manageable. It's, when I say I'm always hungry, I mean, I get home and I sit on the couch and I start to doze off. The second I wake up, I'm like, man, I'm ready to eat. And it's like, no, we took a 5-minute nap. You're not eating. Like I said, portion control is good for that stuff. When I say portion control, say that you're going to, say you make a vat of mac and cheese. You make a whole box, stir that shiz up, put some non-dairy milk, some non-dairy cheese, and the powder it comes with, throw it all together in a pan. And then you read the box and you say, okay, a serving is quarter of a cup. So you scoop out a quarter of a cup for you, and maybe an extra quarter of a cup for seconds. Then you take the rest of it, you put it in the fridge, and you eat it tomorrow. I was doing it even with that curry yesterday. I ate a whole bowl, and I was like, oh, that's so good. Next time I gotta remember to add onions. But, made the curry up, had a bowl, then afterwards, I'm like, damn, I could go for another bowl. So I made up the second bowl, ate a little bit of it, and then put the rest of it away. And that'll be dinner tonight. And that's how easy curried rice can be when you just portion it out and then eat it day by day. It becomes a lot easier because now I could have a day to wash the pan, wash the pot, and cook the rice in, and then be ready to roll to make some more curried rice tomorrow. Then it's simple. Once you get a meal that you figure out how to make, it's a lot easier to just keep making it over and over again. And I do have variety. I'll make other things, but curried rice is a go-to because it's simple and it's low fat, other than the fat that's in the curry, which is minimal. And it is a simmer sauce. It is something you're supposed to cook down. I just leave it on low heat for like 5-10 minutes, and then it's usually good to go. Sometimes if the potatoes and the carrots are hot enough and there's enough water in there, I'll just turn the pan off and let it simmer. So it's the funniest thing. Last week was the Coca-Cola 600. It's supposed to be the longest race of the year. I mean, it got delayed by rain. Once they